I believe Kimberly is a very annoying matchup for Marisa. Not just because she's hard to deal with, but because she is the exact opposite of Marisa in mentality and playstyle. It is almost inevitable that we will hate her. Marisa players are forced to be immobile, to advance slowly, to be selective with their moves, and precise with their punishes. Meanwhile, Kim players are seemingly rewarded for reckless YOLO slides, teleport jumps, drive rushes, and run stop or run Arcstep mix-ups. Essentially, they get to play like a maniac and win, while Marisa is forced to play like a methodical turtle and still lose. The rage this creates is indescribable. But today, let's focus on channeling that rage into techniques that will even the odds, ever so slightly. First up is medium kick, or MK. She loves to use this move because of its good range, its speed, and the fact that it can be cancelled into run or drive rush cancel. You can jab her out of almost anything from MK, except drive rush cancel. If she goes run into Arcstep, you can jab her. If she goes run into stop, you can jab her. Don't let her get in for free. But you also need to be careful of her drive rush cancel, because it will hit you if you're mashing jab non-stop. So be ready to stop mashing the moment she turns green. If she does turn green, unfortunately, you're now in a mix-up. And because you were focused on jabbing, it's unlikely you'll be ready to drive reversal. So at that point, just engage with standard RPS. Delayed throw tech, delayed jab, or just block it out. However, you have to remember, running to Arcstep becomes a true frame trap when she does it out of medium punch or heavy punch. So you need to train yourself to perfect parry running to Arcstep from her medium punch or heavy punch. After the perfect parry, go straight into drive impact, charge forward heavy kick into heavy quadriga for a side switch. You're plus 22 here. Then immediately drive rush back at her and you get Oki. You can also do drive impact, charge forward heavy kick into heavy phalanx for solid damage and Oki. You're plus 43 here. Now, if you need to kill and you have full meter, drive impact, drive rush, charge forward heavy kick target combo, drive rush back heavy punch, DRC into micro charged forward heavy kick target combo. Like Gladius, super art 3, and that should do about 3.8k damage. If you discover a more optimal kill combo, please share in the comments. In the corner, you should route into OD phalanx. This usually gives the best value. Technically, she can run stop to bait a perfect parry after medium or heavy punch. But if she run stops, she's usually around -4, which means she's taking a risk. If you don't perfect parry and just press jab, you can punish her. At mid-screen, if you block an Arcstep, you can simply jump backwards, and you'll be safe from her follow-ups. In the corner though, if you block Arcstep and Kim jumps backwards, understand this. Kim players love pressing buttons. They're very likely to immediately jump at you, drive rush, or slide, so be ready. Final tip on MK into run or HP into run. The ideal range to stand is just outside MK range. This encourages her to come in with MK, but makes it much harder for her to use heavy punch. And at this range, you can also clip her elbow drop cleanly with Gladius. Speaking of elbow drop, let's talk about her aerial approach options. First, jump HK. This needs no explanation. It's just your standard jump in. Next is the jump elbow drop bait. This is usually used to bait DPs, but at certain ranges, it can also bait 2 HP and give her a punish. Then there's the real jump elbow drop. So all of these options are really just trying to make you mess up your timing and your spacing. The most consistent way to deal with all of this is to anti-air with light or medium Gladius. This beats every option we mentioned, except an elbow drop that's spaced extremely far away, outside Gladius range. But if you have a read that she's going to do that, you can just walk forward heavy punch. Another aerial option is OD hidden variable into a jump attack. And she can mix this with OD hidden variable into empty jump throw to beat parries. The best and most consistent way to deal with OD hidden variable is to jab her out of the air, then follow it up with a juggle. This can be tricky when your mental stack is high. So I strongly recommend labbing this scenario and drilling it into muscle memory until it becomes pure instinct. Lastly, let's talk about Hisen kick. If you're paying attention, you can actually perfect parry the initial jump kick and punish with MK. But let's assume she lands the first kick. Scenario 1, she jumps over your head. Beat this with a standing jab, then drive rush 2LP to combo. Scenario 2, she lands in front of you. Again, jab with LP, but this time, complete the target combo on hit or block. Jab is your most consistent mash that covers both of these options. Scenario 3, she jumps back while doing a kick. This will clip your jab and shut down any attempt to drive rush at her. I would just recommend letting her get away with this one. Most options are risky. She's just spaced too far away. You could use an immediate Gladius or HP on a read, but if you're wrong, that will mean you lose to her cross-up follow-up instead. The only thing you can do on reaction is a SA3 as you see her jump back, but the timing window is tight. If you miss it, you risk getting blown up for nothing. The reward just isn't worth the risk. Scenario 4. She jumps back and does nothing. Her empty jump back after his send kick is also very similar to when she presses MK as she jumps back. Trying to gain an advantage here often is based on a risky read. In general, I recommend to just let neutral be reset, unless you're absolutely sure on your read. And lastly, if she does Hisen kick out of drive rush, or while you are in burnout, you will not be able to jab her out of the air. Instead, you'll need to use a jump light punch.
But knowing all this is useless unless you train it into your muscle memory. Kimberly is a very mental stack heavy character, and adding all this to your mental load will do more harm than good. That's why we have to train it into our instincts. Rules of thumb. Blocked kick equals mash jab. Her kick animation is quite distinctive. Blocked punch equals perfect parry. 2LP if you think they will run stop. This is a fake mix-up situation, so perfect parry is your go-to option. You can set up a training dummy for this. Slot 1. Set her to walk forward and jump HK. Slot 2. Set her to walk forward and jump in elbow drop. Slot 3. Set her to OD hidden variable LK. Slot 4. Set her to walk forward, press MK, run into Arcstep. Slot 5. Set her to walk forward, press MK, DRC into 2MP, throw. Slot 6. Set her to walk forward, heavy punch, into run Arcstep. Slot 7. Set her to walk forward MK into run stop throw. Slot 8. Set her to Hisen kick into cross-up. So this is what a training session looks like. You will quickly realize why Kim is so annoying to deal with. Even though I know all the proper responses in this controlled setting, my mental stack can quickly get overwhelmed. However, practice makes perfect, and the more of these drills you do, the more your muscle memory will save you during clutch moments. On MP or HP, you can train yourself to mostly perfect parry her run, but do keep in mind that in an actual match, you also need to be prepared for her to run stop. So you can mix in jabs to punish if you think she's going to run stop.
Well, that's all I have for you today. I hope this helps you in your Kimberly matches. If there's any tech I've missed, do let me know in the comments. If you feel this video has been helpful, please subscribe. And a follow on my Twitch channel would be tremendously helpful, as I'm trying to make partner. Thank you, and bye-bye.